have a Caribbean bias. My former producer made it very clear to me that I have a Caribbean bias because she'd pitch me stories or like say like Rihanna did this, and I'd be like, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Rihanna, or like Nicki Minaj.
Peace, this is K Messiah. Before you finish the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And by the way, it's free. Today we're talking about Mav Hoffa, and he's responding to the backlash he got from the Fat Joe interview. Let's get into it.
Lived in the same conditions. We spent the same food stamps. These were my brothers, right? And maybe us being subject to the same circumstances of poverty, lifestyle, environment, made us ignorant to the differences that people are so... People are overzealous in pointing out, right? They're not black, so he can't say. They're not black, so we can't say. No disrespect to any of you, but growing up, Antonio was my nigga, Victor was my nigga, Alonzo was my nigga, Cito was my nigga. And, you know, we had the same feeling towards each other. Like, you my nigga, I'm your nigga, we rolling. I can't, like I never, the thing that y'all want to keep exclusively for black people is the I don't like.
Here you have Mav Hoffa basically trying to justify why non-black people should be able to say the N-word because you guys come up in the same struggle, you guys have created a brotherhood, and it should be free for all. Let's get to it.
Exclusively for black people, in the same fashion as the KKK wants to keep that exclusively for black people. That's the guy I don't like.
So let's get this straight. If there's an organization that's exclusively for black people, that's a problem? Come on, make it make sense. I mean, leave it in the comment section. What do you think Mav Hoffa is trying to say? Because I'm completely confused.
So black Australians are immigrants? Bruh, you still, for one, black is not, what is that? What is that? What is black? How do you identify with that?
So an immigrant from Australia living in America is, in fact, an immigrant. Now, to answer the question, what is black and how do you identify yourself? It just shows how some people is disconnected from the community and truly why black Americans have banned around their identity and culture. Let's get to it.
Do we have words that separate blacks and Jamaicans like a Yankee? I mean, but bro, that don't make you not black. That don't make you not... You see what I'm saying? It's we can't keep searching for division when unity is what they fear. Our unity is what they fear. So the more we try to divide and separate and split up and no, you can't be with us and you can't be with us. Like, bro, where are we going here? What are we doing? We're just trying to weaken this shit? Make it make sense.
So Mav Hoffa got a statement about Jamaicans using the divisive name Yankee when they refer to black Americans. Often when a Jamaican is trying to belittle or clown a black American, they call them a Yankee or even a bald head, you know. So I think by Mav Hoffa saying, why are we searching for this? No, it's not searching. This is what it's always been, and people are just calling it out. Let's get to it.
Make it make sense. Like I said, I'm not trying to insult nobody. I'm not trying to upset nobody. I'm not trying to, but I do not agree with the exclusion. I don't agree with it. I don't. If you feel like there should be exclusion, fine, that's on you. That's on you. Me personally, if you watch my platform, there will be Hispanics up there, there'll be whites up there, there'll be blacks up there, there'll be all different types of, there'll be all types of shit. I don't stand for that. I don't stand for it.
This is just Mav Hoffa creating a moot argument, pretty much a narrative that doesn't even exist. You know, the FBA lineage movement does not exclude people from getting on platforms and having an intellectual conversation. People from other races and nationalities call into many FBA shows and give their take on the topic. So Mav Hoffa is really just babbling, and we can see it clearly. Listen to Candace Owens admit that she has shown bias in reporting negatively about people from the Caribbean, but she'll freely report negatively about Black Americans. It just shows you how many people will choose their culture over yours.
I have a Caribbean bias. My former producer made it very clear to me that I have a Caribbean bias because she'd pitch me stories or like say like Rihanna did this, and I'd be like, I'm not going to say anything bad about Rihanna, or like Nicki Minaj. One thing I always say, Tucker, is that the left can pull a racist narrative from thin air where it doesn't exist, but when it actually is in their face, they try to avoid it at all costs, especially when the perpetrator is a Black person against another white person, which obviously happens more often in this country, given the fact that Black Americans are the most murderous group in America by rate.
And it's interesting how people can come to America and pretty much disrespect and ultimately have such disdain and jealousy for the foundational Black Americans that led the way and paved the way to make it also possible for foreigners from different countries that's melanated to come to America and enjoy the fruits of what America has to offer. But turn around and show this bias towards the Black Americans who fought for you to be here. It's just such disrespectful, and it's pretty shallow, and I think it goes to your moral and integrity compass. Let's get to it. So what are your thoughts on the entire topic? Do you think Mav Hoffa is just pandering to his Caribbean lineage or background, and he's really not trying to ruffle any feathers? He's had some pretty questionable allegations become levied against him in the past. So, no telling what's his intentions or agenda. I think ultimately the writing is on the wall. People are drawing the line in the sand. And if you haven't seen what Marcus Garvey had to say about Black Americans, please go look at that video. Hey, y'all, this is King Messiah. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're building this platform, and I appreciate you going along with us on this journey. And besides, it's free. You have a great night. We out.